Hey guys, welcome to another video. Sam here. Today is going to be the first episode of hopefully many more to come. This is going to be a vlog style video where I'm going to be just chatting about different things, different events going on in the fragrance community that people are questioning, people are debating. I'm just going to basically put it out there, give my opinions on it, and in a vlog style sort of thing, and you can comment by all means, and I'll comment back to you. A little bit of to and fro anyway, I'd like to put it, but it's going to be me talking about certain debates essentially, and go from there. Hopefully it's useful for you all watching. Today, as you can see from the title down below, it is the big collection versus the small collection. Which one comes out on top, or can they both come out on top, is the question really. I've got a few questions and indications that I've noted down, and I'm just going to answer them point by point, and hopefully get you a good opinion on that, and get you a good idea of understanding of what the key issues are in this debate. Firstly, what is it to have a collection? What is it to be a collector? This basically, for me, is to have a passion in an area where it can develop beyond its means. So, put in short, that basically means that you can develop in an area that you're passionate about. So you can develop your in fragrance, you can develop your nose, you can progress and buy fragrances step by step and progress yourself through the fragrance journey. That's the way I see it. Does it matter where you start? Well, most people start with designers because that's the commercial sense, because that's what's easiest to get hold of, simply, and partly because they're made for mass market. So if it's a mass market product, it's sort of got to be good. It's sort of got to smell all right to most people because it's a mass market product. So if you can get hold of them, then most people tend to start with them, you see. So it's absolutely fine though, absolutely fine, because whatever you can get hold of, you'll get. Obviously, it's simple as that, really. But at the same time, you can your nose will develop naturally, and it's natural for someone's nose to develop. But you know what? Whilst they're developing on this scale, if they've already progressed in a way that they know what they like, hopefully, as you progress, this behind you, as you progress up to here, this behind you, hopefully, is a lot of scents that you know work for you. You want to hopefully have a good arsenal in your collection, because you're going to want to know that the fragrances you've purchased are good for you, and that you know that they work on your skin. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter where you start, but naturally people tend to start with commercial scents and then progress to niche, because then they get more interested in the fragrance journey, so to speak. So does a big collection mean it's better? That's a big question. It really is. I could answer that in 10 minutes, but I'm going to be very short with this, really. No, that's not it. Just for me personally, anyway, and in general, you don't need 100 fragrances to decide that you don't like lavender. No, you don't need to do that. You can just go and get your nose, sniff around. If you get 3 fragrances in 3 months, but they're the best fragrances that work in your skin, that's fantastic. Perfect. But then if you get someone who's buying 10, 20 a month, and say 9 of them don't work on his skin, and 9 of them just doesn't like it at all, does that make them better? No, it doesn't. It makes the people who spend time researching and gathering and getting the nose around for a sense, it makes them people look better because they've got the nose around. They've actually, developed their nose, and they're not just going out and go, you know what, I'll have that, and that because this guy on YouTube says they're good, and I don't want to smell it. I'll get it. No, come on, think about it. Get your nose on it, give it a smell, see what you think about it, and progress from there. That's what I'd say anyway. Right. If your collection is more niche, does that matter? This is actually a question from one of my closest friends, and he basically said to me, does it matter if my collection is not niche? And I was like, well, no, it doesn't matter. I mean, it depends what you've experienced to. If you've experienced niche, then you're probably going to get niche more often than not, and that's what I get now, to be fair. But if you've experienced only commercial and designer scents, your Diesels, your Armanis, your Gucci's, that sort of thing, if you've experienced that, you're probably going to have that. So, in a sense, it's more a case of where you've come from that determines if you like niche or not. If you understand niche and you've experienced niche, you're probably going to have niche, if that makes sense. It's quite a simple idea really, but if you experience one thing, you're probably going to have that one thing because you've only experienced that. So it depends what you experience to. If you, best thing I say to people who are interested in fragrances, even if it's just buying 3 fragrances each year or buying hundreds a year, it's just get your nose out there, get your nose and smell absolutely everything you can do. Just smell everything, I'd say. So then you know what you actually like to get out of fragrances. So yeah, it doesn't matter if it's niche or not. It's just the way the personal attitude of the genre of perfumery is personal, simply. What do you think an ideal size of a collection is? Well, personally, I think there's been such thing as like a perfect 30, which is quite a popular one now, I think, on YouTube. Perfect 30, yeah, you know what? I'd agree with that pretty much. I'd say that's about 8 a season. That's fine. 8 a season seems alright to me. But again, I genuinely struggle to get 30. But in general, for most people, you know what? If you're interested in fragrances and you want to experience a bit more, get your nose on things, get a bit more, understand notes a bit more, maybe just a bit more research, that sort of thing. Yeah, 30 is enough for you, absolutely. But in general, 30 I'd say is okay. But personally, if you've got a massive collection, then think realistically. If you've got 200 in a collection, then obviously narrow it down to 30 is pretty much tough, really. So if you've got 200, then think of it as maybe 100, if that. But it depends how many you've got in your collection. That's what I'd say anyway. It depends how many you've got to work with. If you've got 30 to work with, then maybe try 15. Depends on that, really, I'd say. If you ignore a type of fragrance, is it the downfall of the collector? It depends on, really, what you smelt before. If you've dismantled a fragrance before you even smelt it, and you don't know the notes, and you don't know what people's opinions are on it, then yeah, that's not great, really, in general. I wouldn't say that's the best thing to do. I'd say, if you know that you don't like a scent, like, sometimes I go to shops and people suggest things to me, like, sales assistants suggest things to me, and they don't understand that, I collect and that sort of thing, which is important to me. I know full well, if they give me, what did they give me last time? They gave me Gucci Guilty Intense, and I just was like, no, sorry, I can't have that. Can you get me something else? In the nicest possible way. No, it wasn't like that. It was just in the nicest possible way. I won't like that. And I know what I don't like about it, but yeah, it's just, I knew I didn't like it. But you know what? If you know you don't like it, then fair enough. But if you don't understand what notes are in it, and you don't understand how it can develop, then yeah, the best thing to do is try it. I'd say personally try it. As a collector, I'm all willing to, experience the new. And I think personally, as a collector, you've got to just appreciate everything you can smell. Everything that's put out to you under your nose, just smell it. Really. Do you like what you buy in general? This is obviously we've got a, try to keep the topic really, your big, small collection. This is interesting because obviously, personally, a lot of my scents, well, not a lot of them, but a few of them, I don't like at all. But I bought them so I could say to people, I don't like this because of this, because then I know what I don't like. So in the future, I won't buy anything with a certain note in it. So for me, that's important. If you can, my point is, if you can afford to make wrong decisions on fragrances, then go with it and buy bad fragrances, because if you can't, most people can't afford to make bad choices on fragrances. Most people will be like, right, I'm not buying a fragrance I don't like. I'm buying one that I like, obviously. That might sound sillily plain, but it's true. You're only going to buy what you like to smell. But personally, as a collector, I buy anything pretty much. And it's just the way it is, really, because I like knowing what I don't like. And then if you don't like it, obviously, you can always sell it on. So, So my open opinion on this one is, big collection, small collection, you know what? It's all about testing, all about a personal opinion, all about developing your nose. Personally, I've got a big collection. I've got over 200 fragrances in my collection. But it doesn't mean that my collection is better than your collection. Nope, not at all. It's all about the personal journey, where you are in the fragrance journey. All depends on that. All depends on that. If you've got 30 fragrances, fantastic. 'Cause you know what? You might have some of the best fragrances out there in the top 30, and I hope you do as well. And I really hope you do. And you know what? If they're the top fragrances in your life, fair play to you. Fair play to you. I respect that completely. Best thing to do in this sort of fragrance community, this fragrance debate, it's all about respect. And I think, you know what? It's a growing community, but I really am proud to be part of it. And I think really that respect is where it's at. I think we've got a lot of respect for each other in general in the community, and I'd love to see it progress. I'd love hear people's opinions on this one. But I'd love to see what you think. Give a little comment down below. Tell me what you think about this video. Tell me what you think about the general debate of big and small collections. Personally, I like big collections. I like my fragrances. I like smelling different. But that doesn't always mean you need hundreds. You might just need 10. So I'd love to hear what you think, guys. Give me your opinions down below. Hope you have an awesome night. We'll have more of these vlog videos in the future. Hopefully it seems alright to you. Let me know. See you later, YouTube. Take care.